Are we good? Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm calling to order the City of West Palm Beach Special Magistrate hearing for March 6th, 2024. My name is Keith Davis. I'm the Special Magistrate appointed by the city to preside over today's hearings. Before we begin, if you'll please make sure your cell phones or any other noisemakers you brought with you are silenced so they don't interrupt our proceedings. I'll appreciate that very much. If you're going to be speaking to me today about any of the items on our agenda, your testimony does need to be under oath, so I need to swear everybody in. I will do that all together. So if you fall into that category, if you're able, please stand, raise your right hand, and do each of you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that your testimony this morning, I don't think will roll into the afternoon, will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Thank you. You can all have a seat. For the folks who received notices about code enforcement cases who are here this morning, the way we will proceed is, I believe there was probably a sign-in sheet, and typically we'll take those cases in the order that the folks signed up. When your case is called, please come up to the podium that is to my right. I'm first going to hear from the city. The city staff will likely offer testimony regarding the alleged violations. There may be photographs that depict the alleged violations, and those will be shown on the big monitors. You'll have an opportunity to look at all those photographs. Any other documents that may be referred to also may be up on the screen. Once the city has concluded its presentation and made any recommendations to me that they have regarding how they believe that the case should be resolved, I will then come over to you. You'll have an opportunity to ask any questions of the city's witnesses who testified. If you don't have any questions, that's fine. You can just tell me about the case from your point of view. In the event that you have any additional photographs or other documents that you want me to consider, that will be the time to produce those. I'll ask you to show them to the city first, and then I'll take a look at them. Once I've heard everything from everybody about the case, in all likelihood this morning, I will enter an order that resolves the matter in some form or fashion. So that's generally how we will proceed this morning, and why don't we go ahead and get started and call the first case.
Okay, we have 4 building cases first. Number 2, 231 Forest Hill Boulevard, CEBLD 23090430. Number 2, 231 Forest Hill Boulevard.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Joe Valdez, building inspector for the city of West Palm Beach. The case today's number is CEBLD 23090430, 231 Forest Hill Boulevard. The violation is for a new PVC fence that was erected without permits. I issued the violation on 9/2/2023. The notice of violation was mailed on 2/22/24, was posted at City Hall at 2/23/24, was posted at the property at the same date, 2/23/24, and it was delivered and picked up, certified mail, 2/26/24. And what I observed was there's a new house that was demolished, and the owner decided to erect a fence without permits or anything. So they were never...
So this wasn't like a construction fence? This was
Yeah, it was a property that was demolished to build a house, and then they decided to erect a fence, as you can see by the pictures. So no permits were ever pulled, no inspections were ever done or performed on the property. And I haven't had any contact with any of the owner. There's no phone numbers to reach out to anybody. And I've given them several extensions, and I think we've exhausted our extensions now, and I think I recommend about 30 days to comply. If not, we're looking at $50 per day. And we think that's fair.
Okay. Did you have any additional?
Briefly, Special Magistrate,
Please.
thank you. As we're pulling up the photographs, did you take those photographs?
I did take those photographs.
And are those photographs truthful and accurately depicting what you observed when you went out there?
Yes,
And the fence in question is what is being highlighted in the
Yes.
photographs, correct?
absolutely. As you can see, the property is completely demoed.
And your testimony is that there's no shown or research, any permit that was requested
No.
based on your research?
Yes.
Nothing further, Special Magistrate.
Anything else from the city? Is there anybody here on behalf of the respondent? The respondent is not present at today's hearing, but the city has proper notice with the certified mail and the posting that documents that are in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find property remains in violation as cited. I'll allow 30 additional days to cure the violation. After that, daily fines of $50 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number
Thank you very much.
13,
Thank you.
Augston Street, CE 22090120, number 13, Augston Street.
I'm sorry, which agenda item is this?
Number 13.
13, thank you.
Good morning. My name is Ryan Brown, Chief Plumbing Inspector, City of West Palm. The code case number is CE 22090120. This parcel doesn't actually have an address to it. It's a parcel that is down behind the parcel in reference to my next two cases. All three violations are kind of tied together, but we wrote them as separates because they're three separate structures. So when this one does get applied for, it will have an addressing review, which will eventually give it an address if they decide to keep the structure or are allowed to keep it. So it doesn't actually have an address. The violation observed is a pole building installed without permits or inspections. The violation was issued and posted on that property on 9/14/2022. The notice of violation was mailed via certified mail and regular mail on 2/21/24, posted at City Hall on 2/16/24, was posted on the property of 2/17/24. It was delivered by certified mail and signed for on 2/23/24. I haven't seen the pictures yet, but it is a pole building that was erected without permits or inspections. Permits and inspections are definitely required for the work that was observed. Permits have been applied for, but not issued, so inspections have not been performed yet. Included in my file is a copy of the notice of violation and an affidavit of posting. I have had contact with the owner and the contractor both. They are well aware of what they need to do and are working towards the compliance. They do have a permit applied for, again, but not issued. I'm going to give them sometimes because of the complications in permitting, I'm going to give them 180 days to get the permits and an inspection. Otherwise, $25 a day after that. And I believe that's more than enough time. Yeah, that is the pole building.
So you're contemplating 180 days to get the permit issued, get the inspections done, and get everything signed off and closed out?
These three violations together may take some time. This one in particular, with addressing and zoning, might cause them some extra delays, so I'm going to give them an extended period of time. The other two are going to require some engineering, so, but I'll get to that here in a second.
Okay, and the photographs that were showing and wanting to be admitted into evidence, you took those?
They were taken by an inspector that no longer works for the city, so I am his supervisor and I've taken over. I've reviewed all the photos, make sure they match the site property. I've visited the site myself.
And you visited and observed these?
Yes, absolutely.
What's being taken in the pictures?
Yeah, more than once.
And those photographs truthfully and accurately depict what you observed when you went out there on your own?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else from the city at this time?
Nothing further.
Is there anybody here on behalf of the respondent for this case? Respondent is not present at today's hearing. However, the city has proper notice with the signed certified mail in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation as cited. I will accept the city's recommendation, allow 180 days to cure the violation. After that, daily fines of $100 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved.
It was $25 a day.
Oh, 25 you said? I'll
25.
accept, that's fine. We'll do 25.
Number 14, 530 Nottingham Boulevard, CE 22090121. And number 15, same address, CE 22090122.
Again, my name is Ryan Brown, Chief Plumbing Inspector, City of West Palm Beach. These two cases are directly tied to each other. They're on the same property parcel and address. We wrote them as two separate cases because one building actually faces Miller Avenue, so potentially could have had a second address, so we wrote them as two separate cases, just in case the permitting became complicated.
I was going to ask.
The first one is 2209-0121, and that is for the awning without permits or inspections. And then the second one is 2209-0122, and that is for the renovation of the rear building, the one that is facing Miller Avenue, without permits and or inspections. So that is the main building, and the awning is just to the right, but that is the main building at 530 Nottingham. And there's the awning. If you look down the right side of the building, you can see it protruding out there.
The blue awning over the door, is that what you're talking about?
No, it's further back. It's a much bigger awning that they
Oh,
use
the
to...
big, I see,
Yep.
behind the boat.
Yep.
Got it.
So again, these pictures were taken by a previous inspector who no longer works with the city, but I visited the site many times, verified the pictures, matched the address, matched the violation, and they do truthfully and accurately depict the violation observed. The violation, notice of violation and stop work order was posted on the job on September 9th of 2022. It was mailed via certified mail and regular mail on 2/21/24, posted at City Hall on 2/16 of 24, and I posted them at the address myself on 2/17 of 24. Certified mail was delivered and signed for on 2/23 of 24. And again, an awning without permits and inspections, and then the rear building was modified, most specifically with the roof, re-roof and restructure of the roof, which is what they're attempting to permit. Permits and inspections are required for the work I observed, or the work that was observed by me and the previous inspector. Permits have been applied for, but not issued, and inspections have not been done. Included in my file is a copy of the notice of violation and an affidavit of posting. Again, I've had contact with the owners and the contractors both. They are applying for the permits and working on the engineering to get it to match what's installed and make sure it's according to the code. Again, I'm going to, for each case, I'm going to recommend 180 days for both and $25 a day after that. I believe that's more than enough time.
Nothing further from the city.
Okay. Is there anybody here on behalf of the respondent? I know there's not.
I spoke to them. They
The
did.
last
They
one,
said they
but
were not coming
For the
today.
record, yeah. Respondent is not present for either agenda item 14 or 15, case ending in 121 and 122. The city has proper notice with certified mail in the posting. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation as cited, allow 180 days to cure the violation. After that, daily fines of $25 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved.
Next case, number 9, 4414 Greenwood Avenue, CE 2401137. Number 9, 4414 Greenwood Avenue.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm
Good
KT
morning.
Weaver, a code enforcement officer for the city of West Palm Beach. The property at 4414 Greenwood Avenue was cited on January 25th of 2024. The notice of violation was posted at the property and City Hall on February 5th of 2024. Certified mail was sent to the mailing address listed on PAPA on January 31st, 2024, and it was signed for. While riding through my zone, I noticed the following violations at this property. 18106K, landscape maintenance, 74-34-A-1-H, trash can in public view, 94-71C, outdoor storage, 34-102, junk and abandoned vehicles, and 54-262, clothes hanging ordinance. At this time, the clothes hanging ordinance, 54-262, has been complied.
Okay.
I have had contact with the property owner and his daughter, Ms. Carroll, and the tenant at that property, but at this time, everything else is still in violation on the property. The city is requesting an additional 120 days to gain compliance, or $150 a day until compliance is achieved.
For the record, was this sent certified mail? Was the violation, notice of violation sent certified mail?
Yes, ma'am.
And also regular mail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the pictures that are being shown here today, did you take the pictures personally?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you observe what's being depicted in the pictures?
Yes, ma'am.
And are the photographs a truthful and accurate representation of what you observed the violations to be?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
All right, anything else from the city at this time?
No special magistrate.
Good morning,
Good morning.
folks. Why don't you go ahead and give me your names and address, and then whichever one of you would like to go first.
Estadio Naranjo, 901 Omar Road, West Palm Beach, 33405.
And I'm his daughter, and my name is Coralia Valdez, and I'm at 1151 Sherilyn Terrace, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Okay, and if you have any questions, you can ask them. If not, you can just tell me about what's going on with the case.
Actually, what I want to say is that my dad, we're in the process of evicting this person,
Okay.
Andrew Williams. And my dad the other day, because we started the eviction prior to the code enforcement issue. So my dad, he's too old to be handling this. It's affecting his mental health and all that. So he asked somebody to go there, landscaping company, and the guy got threatened by the tenant. So we did a police report, which I have that report on me. And we're just asking for more time to, I'm gonna go, after here, I'm gonna go to the courthouse because we're waiting for the judge to give us a date. And then for us to go with the sheriff to see if he can leave the premise, but he's not working with us. That's the issue that we're having.
Okay.
And, you know, my dad rented the home to his parents years and years ago, and then his father passed away, and his mom got moved out because of the conditions of the house, I'm assuming. And we don't want to deal with this anymore with him. My father, he's 92. He can't be, you know, he's having to go to the doctors because he can't get rid of this person.
So it sounds like the eviction litigation is underway, and
It is. It is. And we try to clean up, and he threatened the person, the
Okay.
landscaping company.
The city is recommending that I allow an additional 120 days, which is about 4 months, to get this
Okay.
finished up.
No way to
Do-
get a
do you
little
have
bit more time?
Do you feel like that's enough time, or are you asking for?
I'd like to extend that just because we would need to get the whole house taken care of, and it doesn't happen, you know, fast. We would have to get people, you know, hire a company to come out, clean it out inside out, paint it because it needs painting. the fence needs repairing, the landscaping is awful. I mean, those pictures are horrendous, and
Okay, so let me explain. I mean, the issues that are before me for code enforcement are the abandoned or inoperative vehicle,
correct,
the landscape maintenance,
correct,
trash can in public view, and outdoor storage.
Correct.
Now, there may be a whole bunch of other stuff that you want to do to this property, but that's not part of the code enforcement
I
case.
see.
So
I see.
what the 120 days would be for you to
Are we
cure
allowed-
these issues. And then there, like I said, there may be a lot of other stuff that you want to do, but that,
Right.
that
What-
is not what's before me
yeah.
in code
What-
enforcement.
What rights does the landlord have? Like to go in there and have a towing company come in and tow those vehicles?
Well, it's not appropriate for
don't
me to
have
give you
that
that kind of
right?
legal advice, but I mean, your lease may dictate what you can and can't do. And there may be state law
Unfortunately.
provisions that dictate what you can and can't do, but
Right.
it sounds to me like, you are proceeding down the eviction path, so there will
So-
hopefully be judicial relief. I mean, based on what I've seen in your case and countless
Horrible.
other cases I've seen, it seems to me, once you get the eviction resolved,
Mm-hmm.
curing these remaining violations shouldn't take that much time. There's
Okay.
These, and again, there
So
may
it's
be
the
lots of
trash
other things that
cans,
you
the
want to do to the
vehicle.
property, but curing the code violations shouldn't take that long once you're able to,
Okay.
once your tenant has been evicted.
Okay. And what happens after 120 days? We start
So
getting
the way
fined?
that my order would read, if I give you 120 additional days to cure these remaining violations, and it's not done within that time frame, then the daily fines would start to accrue. So it's,
So
it really is important to get it wrapped up before,
Okay, so let me just translate this to my dad. So you said it was the trash cans, the vehicles, the fence repairing, the landscaping.
I'll give you a copy of.
Oh, perfect.
Again, before you leave, I'll print out another copy and give it to you.
Okay, perfect. So él lo que está diciendo que los garbiquenes, los carros, hay que pintar la casa,
Sí, pero-
hacer
pero
el
no-
patio.
no saquen eso.
Yeah. So, y nos van a dar 120 días
Pero
para que él
depende.
pueda salir.
Que saque eso, ok, ya.
Yeah. So, okay, so yeah.
Well, entonces
We
que-
just have to wait for the judge to give us a date, and then, I believe there's another document that we have to go with the sheriff to remove him because he's,
my sense is that, given what you're telling me as to where you are in the eviction process with the court, 120 days should probably be enough time for the
Okay.
court to get its order completed, and then you do what you need to do. Now,
Okay.
that having been said, if something goes sideways between now and then, despite your best efforts,
right?
my recommendation would be to stay in touch with the city, and if, you're getting close to that 120-day deadline and you are not gonna make it,
Right, right.
ask the city to come back and ask for additional time at that point.
Okay,
But
perfect.
I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic and think that the 120 days should be enough time.
Well,
But,
we'll pray for that because he's not being very cooperative.
and if not, again, if this was to come back before me for a request for additional time, and if I see truly a good faith effort on your part, and, despite that, there were insurmountable obstacles, I would certainly consider an additional time in that
Okay,
situation.
thank you, we appreciate it.
Yes. Is there anything else you folks would like to tell me before I enter
No,
my
I
order?
think we're good.
Anything else from the city?
Just an inquiry, Special Magistrate. Do we have the eviction case number, or have we gotten any records of the
No,
eviction
she has
process?
something in her car, but I don't have anything.
Okay.
I'll get, when she goes today, she's going to get with me and give me the updated information, and then I would upload it to the case.
Okay.
But if I may, just to, because like I said, I'm not trying to cause a burden to her or her family, if we could just give her 150 days. And that way, everything should be able to be definitely completed within that time. That's at least 3 months to get that eviction done, 2 months to get that cured. That should definitely,
Okay.
I
Yeah,
have no
and I'll
objection to that. So the
communicate-
city's basically recommending 5 months
Okay,
instead of
so
4.
I will keep in touch with you to let you know where our status is, and I will get back with you today once I go to the courthouse and speak to John there to see why have I not gotten a court date, because this has been going on since, I believe in December when we started this.
Sometimes the wheels of justice turn slower than we would like.
Well, I think, ¿cuándo fue que nosotros fuimos? Como en
Okay,
diciembre.
so I have no
Okay.
problem with the 150.
Thank you so much.
Anything else?
No,
No,
just go
anything
over
else?
there at 4414 Greenwood and take care of it for us.
Anything else from the city?
no, sir.
All right,
Then,
thank you so
in this
much.
case, city has proper notice, respondents are present at today's hearing. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation as cited, with the exception of City Code 54262 regarding the clothes hanging ordinance that has complied. I will allow 150 days to cure the outstanding violations. After that,
150,
I will
okay, good.
assess daily fines of $150 per day until compliance is achieved. So, good luck.
Okay,
And
thank you.
again,
Thank you,
stay
Ms.
in touch
Weaver.
with the city. Yep.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
okay, thank you.
Next case number 105604 Garden Avenue, CE 2401136, number 105604 Garden Avenue.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning, Richard Pasmino, City West Palm Beach Code Enforcement.
And Daniel Rose on behalf of the homeowner. Good morning. How are you?
This property was cited on January 23rd. Certified mail was sent out January 24th. It was signed and received January 30th. In addition, the property and City Hall were both posted on January 24th. The affidavit of posting was completed and is attached to this file. On that affidavit, it also indicates that the notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent via first-class mail. This property was cited for landscaped areas on the property must be grass, trash cans being stored in public view, rental license and certificate of use required, and overgrowth of grass and weeds. I have had contact with the owner and the representative that is here today. And as of today, the only remaining violations are 22441 and 2232A. That's for the rental license and certificate of use. All the other violations have complied. The owner did email the application for rental license. It has not been processed yet. With that being said, the city's recommending 30 additional days to get the rental license completed and pass inspection, or we're asking for a $100 a day fine until compliance is achieved.
So it's your testimony that the owner has admitted it is a rental property?
Yes.
And is operating without a rental license?
Yes,
And-
correct.
And do you know when the application for the rental license was submitted?
It was sent via email January 30th. It has not been processed.
Did you say January 30th?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of this
She-
year?
Yes,
Yeah,
this year.
she did everything right away. I mean, he'll
She
tell you
did.
the landscaping is dynamic. Didn't cut any corners. I mean, it looks great. And she's in New York. That's why she hired me to represent her. She did file the application on January 30th, and I sent to code enforcement. We've been working well together, me and Mr. Pazamino. She has the email where she sent the application, and also you give you an automatic receipt, like we received your correspondence, and we'll get back to you shortly. Apparently, it hasn't processed, so as soon as I'm going to leave here, I'm going to go across the hall and figure out why it's taking so long, because I was hoping that would be done as well, because there's no reason at this point. Like, I should have had everything done. I'm not sure what stalled the process, because it was everything that was requested was taken care of immediately. I mean, we really pushed that landscaper to put the new sod in and the sprinkler system and everything else. I mean, I'm sure he'll tell you it looks, I don't know if there's pictures there, it looks fantastic. So it's probably a role model property now over there,
Definitely.
grass. So I would just need a little additional time to figure out what happened there, because I was, like I said, I love being with you guys, but I'm gonna have to come back now because obviously the rental permit didn't get completed. For what reason, I don't know, and I'm not in a position, I'd never point fingers, but I did send the evidence that it was received and sent, so I'm not sure what happened there, but since I'm here already, I might as well clear it up and get it done, right?
Can I see the notice of violation? So the notice of violation gave till February 26th to comply, and they applied for the,
They applied on January 30th. Yeah, it usually doesn't take that long to process the
that's why,
applications.
you know, I'm reluctant to enter an order finding violation, given that the application was made almost a month before the compliance deadline, and it's still outstanding. I think I'd want some more information on what's going on there, why this is taking,
And that's why I'm gonna go right across the hall, because I'm here. I don't know what the issue is, because like I said, I did send you the email with the attachment and then the confirmation receipt, so there's no, it got to the spam filter, I sent it to the wrong address. I mean,
Yeah, if
if
he-
I wouldn't have seen the confirmation.
I mean,
If
you
he
know,
applies today, it should be processed immediately, and then we'll just have to get it scheduled, pass inspection, so he can obtain it.
yeah, because, you know, if this was a situation where there was an application, but it was kicked back because it needed more information and that didn't happen, that's one thing. If the application was submitted and there hasn't been a request for additional information and it just hasn't been processed yet, I think that's something different, so, and everything else is complied. You know, on the one hand, you might say, well, it's not that big a deal to enter an order finding violation, but on the other hand, if they've complied, if,
Yeah.
Magistrate?
Yeah, it's to obtain it.
Excuse me.
yeah.
Hi, Mark Joyce, I'm the manager for code enforcement. The violation is to obtain a rental license and a certificate of use, not to apply for a rental license or certificate of use.
Right, but
So-
if this was applied for on January 30th, and I would want to know what has happened. It's been a month, you know.
And again, she's in New York. The tenant's cooperating, so it's not a matter of the tenant's
Right.
not answering the door, because he's taking care of the garbage bin issues. I think you talked to the tenant.
Yeah, I spoke to the
Tenant's
tenants as well.
been cooperating
Everything,
and putting the sprinklers on, because obviously he's gonna have to pay for the water. So I'm gonna figure out listen, it's, I used to work in the city of Delray and the city commission. Things sometimes just maybe someone hit delete by accident. I don't wanna point fingers. I'm gonna give you my word. I'm gonna go fix it right now. And I'm hoping, like I said, unfortunately, I won't be able to get the inspection done. I can come back to you at the end of the meeting and say it's all complete. So usually as a lawyer, I'd just say, could I get a continuance on that one to the next meeting? I don't see what the holdup is, but I'll sure find out. Like I said, because she lives in New York, and obviously that's why I'm here. It's just to fly down. But I mean, she's been proactive, and I asked her, like, have you followed up everything else? And I followed up with you. It's not like we're hiding or buying time. I mean, it's a done deal. You
No,
know, I'm not sure.
I see I see that.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you want to tell me,
No,
Councilman?
thank you. That's just to let you
Anything
know, I'm
else from
gonna
the
give my
city?
word.
I'm going to continue this to the next agenda, or 30 days out, because I would want to see information on what, that, it just seems to me that had the applications been timely processed, that all could have been buttoned up before February 26th, which was the compliance deadline in the notice. So, I'm going to continue it. If the city needs to bring it, if this gets all resolved and the city doesn't want to bring it back, that's great. If the city wants to bring it back and pursue the finding of violation, I'll be
I'll
happy to hear what
patient with you.
happened. But for today, I am going to continue this to
Thank you.
out 30 days, and I would want more information on what's going on with the processing of those applications.
I appreciate it. He's been great communicating with me, so I don't think it's really gonna be an issue.
Good deal.
So Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
May I be excused? We're good? Thank you.
thank you.
Next case number 4945 Avon Road, CE 23111129, number 4945 Avon Road.
Good morning. City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance, Jay Francis. 945 Avon Road was cited at 11/29/23. Certified mail and regular mail was sent 11/29/23. Both the property and City Hall were posted on 2/23/24.
Affidavit of posting was completed and placed in the file. I have been in contact with the property owner who's here today. The property was cited for roof repair, repair interior walls, clean and sanitary, paint exterior structure, electrical devices in good working order, excessive growth, unpaved parking and outdoor storage. As of this morning, the roof repair, paint exterior structure, outdoor storage, and excessive growth violations have all been complied. The repair interior wall, the clean and sanitary, and good working order for all electrical devices are still pending. Therefore, the city is requesting an additional 120 days to get into compliance due to her current situation with her tenant. And if they do not comply within this time, the city is asking $50 a day until compliance is
How much?
achieved. 50.
50, thank you. And then, can you just tell me again which violations have not been cured? I was trying to keep up, but I've.
The repair interior wall.
Uh,
Do you want me to give you the numbers?
yeah, give me the code sections.
All right, let me put it out. I don't have it on this paper.
Is that 18103C,
Yes.
the interior partition and wall, is that?
Yes. 1895A.
1895A, that's the electrical,
Yes.
okay.
And 1813B.
18103B, the condition of structure, foundation, exterior wall and roof.
Oh, sorry, my bad. 18103C, I'm sorry.
C, okay, that's the interior partition, wall,
Yes.
floor and ceiling. Okay. And I think you said
18106A.
A. And everything else is complied
It's
at
complied.
this point in time. Okay, thank you.
And did you get an opportunity to go out and observe these violations?
Yes, everything outside that the tenant, I couldn't get inside because of the tenant.
And did you take the photographs that were being shown today?
Yes.
And the photographs truthfully and accurately depict the 3 outstanding code violations
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
observed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further, Special Magistrate.
Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. Go ahead and, if you can tell me your name and address, and then we'll go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Olivera Milosavljević. I'm owner of property at 945 Avon Road. Most of the violation that I could fix, it was fixed, but inside of the renter's room, I have no access. I have a difficult renter that obstruct everything, might try. So at this point, I would like to ask you for extension of the time, so I can evict him and fix all the violations.
Have you started an eviction proceeding in the court yet?
I haven't.
Okay.
It was unsuccessfully eviction in September that I used wrong forms. So judge dismissed at that time my eviction of this particular renter. And then I wanted to give him some time to cooperate, and really code enforcement, we gave him like 3 months to cooperate, but he didn't cooperate. He still parked on the grass and all these things.
Well, the city has recommended that we allow 4 additional months to cure the outstanding violations. And yes, and the city testified as well that a lot of things have already been taken care of. So do you feel like you can get the rest done in the next 4 months?
I definitely will do that, and I heard that you gave them 5 months for the prior couple, so if I can get 5 months, that will be even better.
What says the city on that request?
That's fine with me.
No objection. I have no objection either. I'm happy to set it at 150 days.
No.
All right, anything else you'd like to tell me, ma'am?
No.
All right, anything else from the city?
No, I'm good.
Okay, then in this case, respondent is present. City also has proper notice with the notice documents in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find that the property has complied with most of the alleged violations, but there are remaining violations of City Code 18106A, 18103C, and 1895A. I will allow an additional 150 days to cure those violations. After that, daily fines, you recommended $50 per day. $50 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved, and you'll get a copy of that order, ma'am. Good luck.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It looks like we have a couple more respondents present for hearings. I don't have anyone else signed in. Which address are you here for? Sure, come. You can just speak in there and we'll call your case.
I'm sorry, I came a little late. I'm sorry, my name's Allison, for record. I work with Progress Residential Account Manager. I'm here for property 4416 Greenwood Ave, case number CE 240113336.
Okay, that's number 8 on the agenda, 4416 Greenwood Avenue, CE 240113336. And were you sworn in earlier?
My name is Allison, last name Rodriguez, with Progress Residential, excuse me, FYR for borrower.
Were you sworn in earlier?
I don't think so.
know, sorry.
I think she came in late. Let me go ahead and put you under oath, ma'am. If you raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, thank you. I'm going to hear from the city first, and then I'll be right back with you. Go ahead.
Good morning again. I'm KT Weaver with the City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. Property at 4416 Greenwood Avenue was cited on January 24th of 2024. The notice of violation was posted at the property and City Hall on February the 5th of 2024. Certified mail was sent to the mailing address listed on PAPA on February 9th, and it was signed for. While riding through my zone, I noticed the following violations at this property. 18106K, landscape maintenance, 74-34-A-1-8H, trash can in public view, 94-302-A-4, fence/wall maintenance, 94-71-C, outdoor storage, 18106-A, clean and sanitary, pressure washer needed, and 54-262, clothes hanging ordinance. I have had contact with the property management, Progressive Residential. At this time, the two things have been complied, 94-302-A-4, the fence wall maintenance, and the 54262 clothes hanging ordinance. At this time, the rest is still not totally in compliance. The city is requesting an additional 20 days to gain compliance, or $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
Was the notice sent regular mail also?
I'm not sure, I don't send it out, but I know certified was sent and signed for.
Okay, they're here anyways, but thank you. Did you get an opportunity to observe the violations that have been shown on the photographs?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you take the photographs personally?
Yes, ma'am.
And the photographs truthfully and accurately depict what you observed the violations to be, the outstanding 2 violations to be?
The 2 have been complied, the rest are outstanding. I have some updated pictures as of yesterday that I did go out and take, yes.
Okay, were those shown today?
I don't know. They are listed as re-inspected photos dated, yesterday's date 3/5.
Okay. But you still observed yesterday the violations to be
The ones that are outstanding, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are those the photographs now
Yes, ma'am.
being shown?
Yes, ma'am.
And those truthfully and accurately depict the violations per your observations, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing further, Special Magistrate?
Thank you. Good morning. Go ahead and put your name and how you're affiliated with the property on the record again, and then you can proceed.
Okay, thank you. Again, my name's Allison Rodriguez. I'm the account manager for Progress Residential. I believe you've been in contact with Ashley, our coordinator. After you sent us your email on the 5th, yesterday, I did go back to property. I did see that our vendors went out there the 4th to do the pressure washing, but I can see from the pictures you showed that it looks like we might have to repaint it. It doesn't look like the pressure washing is taking out those stains. So I think we're gonna need to repaint that. I wanted to ask, does the city require any permits if we need to repaint?
From what I'm showing, if you look at the sidewalks and stuff, that pressure washing will clean that up. That was not touched.
We went there the 4th. I have pictures of my vendors going out there the 4th, but they're saying that it's hard to get out with pressure washing, so that's why we're requesting if we're able to paint, if there's no permits or anything allowed.
You can't paint the public sidewalk, although you're required to keep that in the swell area. You see how that is. There's some edging and trimming and all that needs to be done. There's trash thrown throughout and all of that. But I have had some sidewalks and driveways that have been in worse condition, and with pressure washing, not just with water, it has come clean. I don't know what they did. I wasn't there. But you cannot paint the sidewalk, no ma'am. You can do the driveway, but not the sidewalk.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I know the home is vacant right now. We just recently kicked the previous tenant due to an eviction. So I know it's a little mess, but did you say 20 days? I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I heard you correctly.
Yes.
Is that the, okay.
And that's only because the sidewalks with a pressure wash, one day, not even a full day of pressure washing. The trash, the edging, the trimming, there's a tire that's hanging on the cactus bush, the garbage can in the front yard. Those are simple things that can actually all be done in a day.
Okay.
And you guys have been communicating with me. You have done some things, so it's not like you haven't done anything.
Right.
But it's just a little more that needs to be done, and then we can be complied.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
Let me just, on that topic, what about the landscape maintenance? What do they need to do? Is that within the 20 days? That can
Oh,
be-
yes, because it's a matter of, like I said, the trimming, the picture shown, like with the swell area, even typically onto the roadway, there's some edging and trimming, picking up the garbage and trash and weeds growing like on the curb going into the street, that sort of thing, which, like I say, with a day with a weed eater, like this, those are things that can be done within a day. You get a
Like
landscape.
the stuff on the left side of the
Right,
curb?
all
what
of
you-
that is,
Understood.
yes, sir.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. All right. Thank you. Anything else, ma'am?
I just want to verify, was that tire found on the left or right of the property, just to make sure?
Hold on, I'm gonna, we got a picture of it right there.
Oh, okay. Got
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Anything else from the city?
No special magistrate, thanks.
All right, well, we have, the city has proper notice with the notice documents in the file, and the respondent's representative is present at today's hearing. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I'll find that the property remains in violation as cited, with the exception of city codes 94-302A4 and 54-262, both of which have complied at this time. We'll accept the city's recommendation, allow an additional 20 days to cure the remaining violations. After that, daily fines of $100 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Number 11, 1016 Hanson Street, CE 24011-294. Number 11, 1016 Hanson Street.
Discount, I apologize because the English is not fluently, okay.
Richard Pasmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was cited on January 17th. Certified mail was sent out January 17th. In addition, the property and City Hall were both posted on January 18th. And it was notice of violation, notice of hearing was also sent via first-class mail. This property was cited for Florida Building Code 105.4.1 for expired permits. There were 2 expired permits associated with this address. 18106G, exterior paint. There was peeling, flaking exterior paint, and faded paint in the front of the structure. And 18103B, conditions of structure, specifically for the roof. The roof was shrink wrapped, and requiring roof repair. I spoke to the owner once over the phone. He's waiting for the permit approval to start the roof work. A new permit was applied to work on the roof on January 25th. With that being said, the city is requesting additional time to comply all violations. The city is recommending 90 additional days, or we're asking for a fine of $200 a day after.
Was the expired permit an old roof permit? Or is it
No.
something else?
It was something else. There were 2 other permits that are expiring.
So they need to, close those out
Yes, get with the building department and get those closed out
and then get the new roof repair permit issued? And
to begin the work.
do the roof work, and then the paint doesn't require a
Yes.
permit, is that
No.
right? Okay, okay.
Those are the permits, the
And-
expired permits.
And you personally observed the violations being talked about today?
Yes, I did.
And did you take the photographs being shown into evidence?
I did, yes.
And are those photographs truthfully and accurately depict the violations we're here talking about?
Yes, they do.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, folks. Go ahead and, well, actually, first of all, I think you guys came in after I swore everyone in, so I need to get you under oath. If you'll raise your right hands. Do you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hands down. Go ahead and tell me your name and address, and then you can tell me about the case.
Daniel Mariano Santana, 1016 Hansen Street, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33405.
Okay? Are you, ma'am, are you going to be talking to me also?
Elizabeth Ojeda, 1016.
Okay. All right, whichever one of you would like to go first, go ahead. If you have any questions for the city, you can ask those. Otherwise, you can tell me about what's going on with the property.
I have here the contract with USA Roofing. They will do the roof, but they waiting because the city and the sick cut maybe, I don't know, we have flat roof, and now city have new cut that need to have inclination. They explain me something about, and they now waiting for new permit.
Okay, so is that paperwork for your contractor, for your, that's going to do the roof work?
Yeah.
All right. Have you already seen that?
Yeah, I reviewed it. It's in our system where the permit is applied for.
Okay, so there is a permit that's been applied for, is what I understand, and it's being reviewed to be issued at this time. Is that what you understand also?
I think his company's doing it, so he might not. The company he hired is doing the process, so I don't know if he's aware of the process they're at.
Did you want me to take a look at that paperwork? I mean, I understand, I understand you've got a contractor and they've applied for the roof permit.
I think they will doing, no,
Are they replacing the whole roof, or are they just doing repairs?
no,
here?
whole roof, whole roof.
Whole new roof? Okay. Do you have any sense for where the permit is in the process?
I just saw that it was applied for on January 25th.
I'm just wondering if 90 days is going to be enough time to get it turned around and get, are you looking, so in the 90 days, is the city looking for the work to be done, or just the permit to be issued?
For the roof specifically, for the work to be done,
All right,
which requires a permit.
did your contractor, sir, tell you how much time they would need to get the work done once the permit had been issued?
They say, no long, it's not long time, they say this is, but not exactly how many.
My sense is to stretch that 90 days out a little bit longer, just to be safe at the front end. I'm inclined to do actually the 150 that I gave. A couple of other cases that had building permit issues. City have any objection to the 100?
No objections with that.
What I think would do in my order is give you 5 more months to get the permit and get your contractor to get that roof work done. In the meantime, you have to paint the house and also take care of, you have a couple of old building permits that are expired, and you have to get that paperwork taken care of with the building department. You understand that?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Yeah, I will call them. I told that when I finish here the meeting, I will call them and say that how many times you will do more to finish the work.
I'm sorry, I'd say that again.
I will call USA Roofing
Okay,
and say that we have more time to do.
5 months.
Yeah,
But in the meantime, you also have to take care of the painting.
Yeah, the exterior
also-
paint in the photo, the front and the side of the
The
photo.
picture,
yes,
you have to get the house painted correctly.
okay.
And that doesn't require a permit, but you have to get that done within the 5 months also. And then it looks like you have a couple of expired building permits for other things that need to be, you need to go to the building department and close out those expired permits, and you need to do that also. You need to do all of those things within the next 5 months. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, anything else that you folks would like to tell me?
No.
Anything else from the city?
Nothing
All
further.
right. The city has proper notice, respondents present, and we have proper notice documents in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I am going to find that the property remains in violation as cited. I'm going to allow 150 days to cure the outstanding violations. After that, daily fines of $200 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved. So you want to make sure you get that work done within the next 5 months so that you don't start getting fined for that, okay?
Okay.
You get a copy of the order. Thank you very much.
You will.
Yep.
Thank you.
And that's all we have for contested matters at this time. Next case number 11204 Glenmore Drive, CE 240113338.
Good morning. J. Francis, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. This property was cited on 1/24/24. Certified mail and regular mail was sent on 1/25/24. Certified mail was returned on 2/1/24. Both the property and City Hall were posted on 2/9/24. Code Officer Paul McFarland has not been in contact with the property owner or the tenant. The property was cited for failure to obtain a rental license and COU. As of this morning, the property has not come into compliance. Therefore, the city is requesting an additional 30 days to obtain the rental license and COU. If they do not come into compliance within this time frame, the city is asking $200 a day until compliance is achieved.
Okay.
Just to make sure the notice requirements satisfied, was cert mail signed to your knowledge? I
No,
know
it
it was
was-
sent, was it signed?
No, it was returned.
Okay. Regarding the rental license, how do you know that the property is rented at this time?
Well, he spoke with the tenant at first and then nothing from them afterwards.
Oh, okay, so you did
He
speak
did
with the
have,
tenant?
yes. I
Who-
think that's the one who made the complaint.
Oh, okay, so they acknowledged they are tenants?
Yes.
When you spoke with them?
And then they just disappeared.
Thank you, nothing further.
Respondent is not present, but
No.
the city has proper notice with the return to certified mail and the posting. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation as cited. Allow 30 additional days to comply. After that, daily fines of $200 per day until compliance is achieved.
Number 33755 Forest Hill Boulevard, CE 23121146.
J. Francis presenting for Code Officer Bins. This property was cited on 12/4/23. Certified mail and regular mail was sent on 1/5/24. Certified mail was returned on 1/8/24. Property and City Hall were posted on January 10th, 24. This property was cited for a fence permit and an inspection. Ms. Bins have made contacts with the property owner via email. To this date, the property is still out of compliance. The city is requesting an additional 30 days for the property to gain compliance since they've started the process of acquiring the fence permit. If they do not comply within this time, then the city is requesting $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
Do you know when they applied for the permit?
I think it was the 26th of January.
Of January?
Yes.
And the pictures being shown, did you observe the violations personally?
Yes, I did re-inspection on 2 occasions.
And did you take the pictures? I know
No,
you're presenting
Miss
for
Miss Binns
someone.
took the pictures.
Okay.
I studied them and then did the re-inspection.
Okay, and those pictures truthfully and accurately depict your observation of the alleged violation?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Nothing further?
Okay. Respondent is not present. However, the city has proper notice with posting following the return to certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I find the property remains in violation as cited. Allow 30 additional days to comply. After that, daily fines of $100 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number 5 is complied, 729 Omar Road, CE 240113445. Number 6, 2700 Broadway, CE 240112181.
Good morning. Jesus Mendiola, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. The
I'm
property-
sorry, can you speak a little bit or get the mic, just for the, so we have the record, please? Thank you.
Jesus Mendiola, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. The property at 2700 Broadway was cited January 11th, 2024. The violation was, notice of violation was posted on the property and City Hall on February 5th, 2024. Certified mail was sent on Papa, the property listed on Papa on January 11th, 2024. The property was cited for trash and debris, trim trees blocking right of way, alleyway maintenance, rear address characters, dumpster screening, and planting sod. All of them except for trash and debris and rear address characters have been complied as of yesterday. I have only contact with a contractor on site. Other than that, no other contact was made. The city is requesting 15 days to gain compliance or $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
Okay, thanks. Are there pictures that were taken?
Yes.
And did you have an opportunity to observe the violations yourself,
Yes.
once we get the pictures? And are those pictures a truthful and accurate depiction of what you observed the violations to be?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sorry, which ones are the outstanding ones that have not been complied
The
with?
trash and debris, they have trash and debris by the swell and broken glass, which hasn't been picked up. And rear address characters in the alleyway haven't been put up.
Nothing further at this time, Special Magistrate.
All right, so 18106A is still in violation.
Yes, and 78-6-2.
78-6-2, but 74-4C4 is complied?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Is this an apartment building? or
So the parcel has 2 buildings. It's a rehab center.
Rehab center?
So it's one parcel, but it has 2 different sets of buildings. So
So each building needs its own number?
2700 has its everything correctly. It was 2702, but like I said, it comes up as one parcel. So the whole building was cited. The single parcel was cited.
Okay.
Since the alleyways ran through both of them connected. So it's basically just 2 buildings in one giant lot. And then it was that right side, which they considered 2702, that was missing the sod and had all the trash and debris. And the dumpster, which is part of both of them, the whole part of the whole parcel was out on the roadway. But now they're keeping it inside the dumpster and they're screening.
Okay, anything else from the city?
No,
No?
Special Magistrate.
Okay, respondent is not present at today's hearing. However, the city has proper notice with the posting and the certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of city codes 18106A and 7862, but has complied with 74-4C4. I'll allow an additional 15 days to comply. After that, daily fines of $100 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number 7, 441 34th Street, CE 2401182.
Jesus Mendiola, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. The property of 441 34th Street was cited on January 11, 2024. The notice of violation was posted on the property and City Hall on February 5th, 2024. Certified mail was sent on January 23rd, 2024. The property was cited for obtained certificate of use and obtained rental license. I had contact with the designated agent before citing the property for another violation. Had found out that they're doing an Airbnb short-term rental. Had spoke with them about doing, all they needed to obtain the license was a code enforcement inspection. She refused, saying that no inspection was needed for her to have a license. Tried to get her to understand that she needed that in order to get printed. She wasn't complying or willing to listen and hanged up. So I cited them for obtaining a certificate of use and the rental license. And as of yesterday, it's still listed on the Airbnb, and they still have not made any contact to get that inspection done. So I'm asking for, the city is requesting for additional 15 days to obtain the certificate of use, or $100 per day.
And just for some clarity, who did you speak with over the phone?
Christina Bolaski, she's the designated agent that had applied for the rental license back of March 9th of 2023. So they've been doing the short-term rental for the past 10 months.
Okay, so they did apply for a rental?
But they never got the code enforcement inspection.
Oh, okay.
And when I mentioned it, when I was in contact with her for another violation prior to citing for this one, I had mentioned it if she wanted to schedule the inspection, and she refused, saying that she didn't need a code enforcement inspection.
And in your conversation, she stated, to her knowledge, she did not need an inspection?
Yes.
But that they are in fact operating an Airbnb?
Yes, and they still have it listed
Okay.
on the Airbnb website.
Nothing further, Special
All right,
Master.
thank you. Respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice with the posting in the certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I find the property remains in violation as cited. I will allow an additional 15 days to cure the violation. After that, daily fines of $100 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number 12, 705 Bunker Road, CE 2401133. Number 12, 705 Bunker Road.
Richard Pasmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was cited on January 18th. Certified mail was sent out January 19th. And the City Hall and property were both posted on January 22nd. The affidavit of posting was completed and is attached to this case. That affidavit also indicates that notice of violation and notice of hearing was sent via first-class mail. This property was cited for 9471C, excessive outdoor storage, stored in the front yard and then the driveway at this property. 18106G, exterior paint required. 18106B, excessive growth of weeds, grass, trees, and other flora. 18106A, clean and sanitary, including pressure washing of the driveway, sidewalks, walkways. And 78-6-7, numbering standards. The address characters on the structure are not accurate. There is one number missing. I've had no contact with anyone from this property. There have been no changes. And as of yesterday, all violations are current. The city's recommending 30 additional days to comply these violations, or we're asking for a fine of $100 a day.
And you were able to personally observe the violations?
Yes,
And did you take the photographs being shown today?
I did, yes.
And do those photographs truthfully and accurately depict the observation of the violations?
Yes, they do.
Thank you. Nothing further, Special Manager.
All right, respondent is not present at today's hearing, but the city has proper notice with the posting in the certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I find the property remains in violation as cited. I'll allow 30 additional days for compliance. After that, daily fines of $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Number 16, 816 Avon Road, CE 2402011425.
Good morning, Officer Underwood, City of West Palm Beach, Code Enforcement. This property, 816 Avon Road, was initially cited February 19th, 2024. Certified mail was sent out February 15th. Both City Hall and property were posted February 12th, and certified mail was returned February 17th. This property was cited for number standards, clean and sanitary, or excuse me, excessive growth, and clean to the center of the right-of-way. I have not been in contact with the property owner, and to this day, they have not complied all of the violations, so the city is requesting 20 additional days or $100 a day thereafter.
And you personally observed the violations?
Yes, I did.
And did you take the pictures being shown at this time?
That's correct.
And do those pictures truthfully and accurately depict the observation of the violations you observed?
Yes, they do.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further, Special Magistrate.
What was, I saw the photograph with the excessive growth. What's the center of the right-of-way? What is
So
there?
the back of the property has an alleyway.
Oh,
and
okay.
the picture that we saw, keep going, right there. So the
Okay.
picture you see right there is the back alleyway of the property, and then it's severely overgrown, as you can see.
Got it.
And the number standards are supposed to be placed also on the back property fence, back there somewhere, anywhere, so.
Oh, they
can
have to be
establish.
front and back,
Front and back, correct.
and they're not on the back.
That's
Got it.
correct.
Okay. Respondent is not present at today's hearing, but the city has proper notice with the posting and the return of certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, property remains in violation as cited. Allow 20 additional days for compliance. After that, daily fines of $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Number 17, 808 Avon Road, CE 240204, CE 24021464.
Good morning, Officer Underwood, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property, 808 Avon Road, was initially cited February 14th. Certified mail was sent out February 14th. Both City Hall and property were posted February 14th, and the certified mail was returned February 17th. This property was cited for number standards, excessive growth, and clean to the center of the right-of-way. The only existing violation as of this morning is the number standards. They cleaned up everything else in the alleyway. And all that's remained, like I said, is the number standards. So the city is requesting 20 additional days or $25 a day until compliance is achieved.
Have you had any contact with the owners?
I have not.
Oh, okay. And the pictures depict truthfully and accurately that the numbering standards still are in violation?
Correct.
Okay,
Yep,
thank
they
you.
should be in the non-compliance tab.
Okay.
Okay.
Respondent is not present at today's hearing, but the city has proper notice with the posting following the return certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of City Code 78-6, but has complied with the other code sections that were cited in the original notice. I'll allow 20 additional days to comply. After that, daily fines of $25 per day until compliance is achieved.
Number 18725 Newark Street, CE 24021426.
Good morning, Officer Underwood, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property, 725 York Street, was initially cited February 9th, 2024. Certified mail was sent out February 12th. Both City Hall and property were posted February 12th, and certified mail was returned February 26th. This property was cited for trash can in public view, excessive growth, and fence wall maintenance. I have met with the owner. We walked the property yesterday. He had started cleaning up the property and still needed a couple things wrapped up. We went over it yesterday, and the city is requesting 20 additional days or $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
But everything is still outstanding at this point.
Everything is still outstanding, correct?
And you testified you met with the owner yesterday?
That's correct.
And the pictures being shown, did you take those pictures?
Yes, I did.
And did you observe personally the violations?
Yes, I did.
And those pictures truthfully and accurately depict the observations, your
Yes.
observation of the violations?
Yes, yep.
Thank you. Nothing
Okay,
further, Special
Thank you. Respondent is not present at today's hearing, but the city has proper notice with posting following certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, find the property remains in violation as cited, allow 20 additional days to comply. After that, assess daily fines of $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Number 19624 Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, CE 231000949.
Good morning, Officer Lester, West Palm Code. Property certified mail was returned to us on 11/6/2023. City Hall and property was posted on 2/23/24. The property was cited for the following violations. Certificate of use, condition of the building roof, condition of the building walls, landscaping, providing window screens, screening off dumpster, condition of the exterior paint, cleaning sanitary condition, condition of equipment, meaning air conditioning, stoves, that kind of equipment. Condition of the bathtubs and sinks, overgrowth. Egress, and that is egress from bedrooms with only one window. And outdoor storage, and certificate of use and rental license. I did say that wrong. Electrical outlets and switches not working. Fence and or wall maintenance. Replacement of, repair of doors and or windows. And resurfacing of reglazing of tubs. And the following violations that are in compliance. The certificate of use and rental license are in compliance. The cleaning sanitary conditions as the pressure cleaning of the front porches.
I'm sorry, just for clarity, do you mind citing the
number?
The code
Okay,
number
no
for
problem.
the special magistrate? Thank you.
Okay. The rental license is 22441. Certificate of use is, I should know it by heart, 2232A. That's on the second page. 2232A, certificate of use. Okay. And clean sanitary condition, 18106A. Also, painting of the building, which is 18103J. Okay. Fence repair is 9432. I'm sorry, 9402-A-4. And all of the other violations are still outstanding. I've had a meeting at the property with the property owner and the property manager, and he's requesting 90 more days or $100 per day. They are working, everything else basically is inside. So the reglazing of the tubs, replacement or repairing of windows and doors, doing the outlet switches and outlet covers, outlets themselves, removing air conditions out of the one window in bedroom. And I take that back on everything outside. The little bit of landscaping he has to do, he still has to put down some sod on one side of the building that has actual dirt. And he's asking for those 90 days to do all of the rest of the inside repairs. And the roof has been looked at. There's no leak. This is a very old building. It actually has concrete roof. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but there are such things. And it's just a matter of time and how roofs settle. It's a concrete, so they get cracks. So he's also repairing the cracks inside the units, just the ceilings of each unit. It's 8 units there. This violation originated from a tenant complaint. When I went there to do that particular one unit, I was accosted by all 8 tenants. So I ended up doing all 8 units. And these are the type of things I found in, if not every unit. So that's the way it goes.
And you personally observed the violations being shown today?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you take the pictures?
Yes, ma'am.
And those photographs truthfully and accurately depict the violations you personally observed?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Nothing further.
All right. Respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice with the notice documents contained in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I'm going to find the property remains in violation as cited, except for the following code sections which have complied. Let me make sure I get them all. 22-441, 18-106A, 22-32A, and 94-302A4.
And 18103J, painting. has complied.
18103J. I thought I might have missed one.
And let me make sure. And you did do the fence code, right?
Beg your pardon?
You did do the fence.
I said
the 94.
94-302.
Very good. Okay.
Okay, so I missed the paint. That was the one I missed.
Yeah, all right, no
Okay. I will allow an additional 90 days to cure the outstanding violations. After that, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number 20, 325 11th Street, CE 231111007.
Officer Luster, West Palm Code. Certified mail was returned to us on 11/27/2023. Property was posted along with City Hall on 2/23/24. I've had contact with the property owner. He's requesting 60 more days or $100 per day. The property was cited for the following violations: 74-4C3 overgrowth, 74-4C5 overgrowth in right-of-way, 18-106A clean and sanitary condition, 94-442E sodding of swell, 94-42C1 landscaping, and 98-65 address characters visible from the road. The following violations have complied. All right, let's see. 18-106A has complied. 94-42C1 landscaping of property, and I'll explain that. And numbering standards, the 78-665. And this is a office building, even though it looks like a home, but it was rezoned. It is an office building, so it is permissible to have the rocks in the front for landscaping, but they also still have to sod the swale. And the alleyway in the rear of the property is still overgrown, and he's getting more than what I asked for done in regards to the large trees that's abutting his property. He's already cut them back really nicely, but the property is next to the old Burger King on Palm Beach Lakes and Dixie, and it's a little tough for him to get in certain sections, so especially with the wiring, with the electrical wiring.
So I'm giving him the extra time so everything will be with no mistakes, no mishaps. So I'm asking for the 60 days or the $100 per day after for those 2 remaining violations.
You said 2 remaining?
Yes, ma'am. The overgrowth of the 74-4C3 and the 74-4C5 and 94-4C2E, the landscaping of the swell. The first 2 are basically overgrowth.
So 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you observe personally the violations being discussed today?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you take the pictures being shown today?
Yes, ma'am.
And do they, the photographs truthfully and accurately depict the violations that you observed?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing further.
All right. Respondent is not present at today's hearing. However, the city has proper notice with the posting following the return certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find that the property remains in violation of City Code 74-4C3, 74-4C5, and 94-442E, but has complied with the other code sections that were cited in the notice. I'll allow additional 60 days to comply. After that, daily fines of $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Number 21, 1383 6th Street, CE 23121216.
Officer Luster, West Palm Code. Cert mail was signed on 2/28/24. Property was posted along with City Hall on 2/22/24. The property was cited for the following violations: clean and sanitary conditions, 18106A, obstruction of public right-of-way, 86-8, 94-487B2, restricted prohibited vehicle, 94-482A, unpaved parking, 94-74C, outdoor storage, 74-34A1H, can in public view, 18103J, painting of home, building. I've had contact with the property owner, and she's asking for 60 more days or $100 per day to comply the following violations. 18103J. All other violations are in compliance.
Okay. So only 1 is not in compliance.
Yes, ma'am.
And the pictures that you, that were being shown today, did you take those?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you personally observe the violations being discussed today?
Yes, ma'am.
And those pictures truthfully and accurately depict the violations observed by
Yes,
yourself?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Nothing further.
So all that's left is the paint?
All that's left is the
And
paint.
what was it that needed to be painted? I was looking.
Primarily it's the fascia of the home and, what would that be? The east side of the home where she had the wall repaired. It was severely cracked.
Okay.
And she has well water.
I see.
So a
Yep.
lot of the well water stains are around the house.
Got it.
But it's primarily for the fascia, the asophik, and the east side of the home where the severe cracks were repaired.
Very good. Okay, so the city has proper notice with the signed certified mail, even though the respondent is not present at today's hearing. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find that the property has complied with everything cited in the notice with the exception of City Code 18103J, which remains in violation. I'll allow 60 additional days to cure that violation. After that, daily fines of $100 per day are assessed until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Number 22 is complied, 920 2nd Street, CE 23110969. Number 23, 914 2nd Street, CE 240112889.
Officer Luster, West Palm Code. Property with certified mail was returned to us. Property and City Hall was posted on 2/23/24. I'm asking for 90 more days or $100 per day. I have had contact with the property manager. This is a vacant lot, and the property was cited for the following: 74-4C5, cleaning up to 1/2 of easement and or right-of-way, removing of an invasive ficus tree, and 94-4541, 4I, removing the prohibited tree. This is a huge tree. And this also started from a complaint from the surrounding property owners in regards to the constant drainage problem that they're having with the roots growing up into their drains. So they called and see could we do anything about the tree. The tree is massive, and the property owner didn't realize how the roots were affecting the surrounding properties. So they've started to cut the tree. Pictures from yesterday shows how well they've come along, but they're gonna need more time. That tree has been there for a very long time, and it is a lot to take care of.
Oh.
So
So the whole thing's coming out
Coming down.
eventually?
It's coming down. We had FPNL to go in and do their part.
Look
That
at
was
that.
overhanging the right-of-way wiring. And the rest of it is now belonging to them to take care of, since FPNL did expedite getting out there to do that part.
They're
But the
definitely
entire
working
tree is
on it.
coming out.
How much more time then? do we-
90 days.
90 more?
Yes, sir.
And $100 after that?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So just so that I'm clear, once it's out, gets it out of code enforcement for this case?
Yes, sir.
As in terms
Once
of
it's removed, it-
replanting or anything like that, that's a different issue for a different
Yeah,
day.
well, I just brought this case for all the trash and debris that was being accumulated on the property. This is an outer-county property owner and management company, so they don't get up here that often.
Okay.
But they're encouraged to get up here more often now, since they don't want any liens running on the property. So, once the tree is out, the landscaping will be basically where they can go out and put hay or straw over the lot and just maintain it from there.
Okay.
Yeah, maintain it from
Thank you.
there. All right.
And so, just for clarity, all three violations cited are still non-compliant,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay, and the pictures that were shown today, did you take those?
Yes, ma'am.
And they truthfully and accurately depict the violations that you observed personally?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Nothing further.
All right, the respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice with the posting following the return certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation as cited, allow 90 additional days to comply. After that, daily fines of $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
All right, that's everything on the 9 o'clock agenda. What do we have? One case, when does that case?
11:30, right? Yeah, yes.
All right, it's 10:38. We'll go off the record until we're ready to come back for the remaining case. Are we good? All right, we're back on the record. It's a little after 11:30. We have one case on the fine reduction agenda. Let's go ahead and, sorry, I assume you're here for that case. You can come up to the podium. Let me swear you in. You swear or affirm under penalties of perjury your testimony today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
All right. Let's go ahead and call the case. I'm going to hear, the city's going to give me some background information, and then I'll come back to you, and you can tell me about the request.
Okay, number 24, 817 7th Street, CE 22060374.
Good afternoon, Mark Joyce, Code Enforcement. So for case number CE 22060347, 817 7th Street, the property was cited for unpaved parking, sodding a parkway, landscape the open areas, obstruction of the right-of-way, trash cans in public view, landscape maintenance, and trash and debris. The case was heard and it was ordered on 8/17/2022 to comply by 8/31/2022. The fine started on 9/1/2022. It was a $100 a day fine, ran for 76 days. Total current fine, $7,600. The comply date was 11/16/2022. The city is seeking a reduction to $2,000. It's the same owner, and service was achieved through posting. That's it.
All right, do you have the Papa?
Hold on, let me check. Yes.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, thanks. Yes, sir. Go ahead and tell me your name and address, and then you can tell me about your request.
Gustavo Cepeda, 817 7th Street. The owner is Torcasa Investments LLC.
Are you a manager of Torcasa Investment
I'm the
LLC?
owner, correct.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, no, so basically, we try to comply with the city. We just had an issue with a tenant that was having some drug dealing. At some point, very bad company in the nighttime. So basically, we were trying to fix the property, but he would bring company every night. So it was really hard for us because we'll fix the property and then the next day will be destroyed or trash. So we did our best. It took us 8 months to remove this gentleman. And after we did, he kept wandering around the property and kind of like living in the surroundings. So we have to put a camera and call police, and he kept like trashing out our property. We had to move out 3 tenants because of him, vacate the whole property, and then finally we moved him out. He went somewhere else, and we were able to comply with code compliance that we had. So that took us a lot of legal fees. We fixed it like 5-6 times. Landscape, I have someone picking up trash every day. Right now we are stable, so we are just trying to, get this paid. And I'd like you to take into account all the process that we went through to make this property compliant.
Okay. So this is a rental property?
It is. So it's this property is a fourplex. So in the front you have a house, which is a 5-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and in the back there is a triplex, which is another building. The house, we had a tenant for the past 5 years. We had no problems, but the property behind it, the triplex, is where we had the issues with this person. So we had to move out the other 2 tenants and, deal with him, get him out, clean the property, call police when he was like just going inside the property, multiple break-ins after we vacate him. So right now, the property is good to go. We have new tenants. It's probably won't have any issues, and we have people every day going by to check it that it's not becoming an issue anymore.
Okay. Anything else from the city?
No.
Anything else you want to tell me, sir?
No, that's the whole story, and thank you for hearing it.
All right, so we have a $7,600 lien from that was in violation for 76 days. This is a rental property. I think a reduction to $2,000 is very fair and very reasonable. I'll enter an order that reduces the lien $2,000, and that's payable within 30 days. If it's not paid within the 30 days, it will revert back to the full amount.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Quick question, do I pay these, can I pay these right here, right now, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a copy of this order, and it tells you where to go. It's right across the hall.
All right, is there anything else for the good of the order before we adjourn the hearing?
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
it's
Russ. Thank you.
11:39, we stand adjourned.